Hey everybody, and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Last time... Sorry, that's still funny to me. Last time we made our way back to Skyloft after having a bunch of new information dumped on us. And we started making our progress to help us find out where we need to be going in order to get the, well, knowledge as to how to unlock the Triforce. Seemingly it's our only way to actually help Zelda at this point. Eventually we came across Levius, we helped him out, and in turn he told us that we would have to get some pieces of a song from Three Dragons, and then come back to him, and it was this whole song and dance, yada yada. Either way, now we kind of know what we're doing. This time, we are going to be heading... Oh wow, we're actually... That's kind of nice. He brought us right to the, outer rim of the... that was unintended, but really hilarious. He brought us to the edge of Thunderhead. This time, we're going to be, of course, preparing to do that. But there are some things we could technically do. However, I want some things to be made clear because, well, at this point, some things kind of change about the game that I feel like are worth noting, or at least having in the back of your mind. So up to this point, whenever we have this, like, kind of downtime in between going to a location, generally there's some stuff you can do and get a few gratitude crystals maybe unlock a few items, like, it just kind of depends, right? Well, upon saving Levius and him telling us that we need to talk to Three Dragons, it will initiate what I would like to call the final stretch of the game in terms of its storytelling, like progressing the, like, world. Don't know if that makes any sense, but I mean, it's okay. So I'm just trying to find a way to explain this a little better while I'm refilling my health. Okay, so kind of think about it like every time a major story event happens in most video games, the world changes slightly, whether it's with stuff you actually can't see, but essentially it's just to make the whole game run better and for it to progress. So for example, the Skyloft we started on from a gameplay perspective and the Skyloft we're on now are technically two different Skylofts because some things have changed with, like, the actual terrain and where people are at and things like that. It's yeah, not... I don't even know how I'm trying to describe this, but essentially what I'm saying is, at this point, the game is loading a bunch of new stuff that wasn't here earlier. And I can give you an example, actually, of this even. At the end of... Or not the end, but last episode we got a thing to try to find a pumpkin patch flower for whatever the girl is outside the lumpy pumpkin. And that's a side quest. However, in order to do so, you have to go to the Elden region. But if you go to the Elden region, that will actually commence a part of the story that I don't really want to do right now. So basically put, if you want to go into any of the 3 land locations, you're going to be initiating story in those spots. First things first, if we come back to our Professor Olin here after freeing Livius, since he was the guy who actually gave us the tip on him.
Oh, Link, how did it go? Were you able to hear what Levius had to say? I see. I was right then. There is something special about you. I have a feeling you and that vibrant Loftwing of yours will be just fine. The road of you certainly won't be a smooth one, but don't lose faith. By the way, would you be willing to listen to a little request of mine as well? As I'm sure you're aware, I'm the eminent authority on plant collecting at Skyloft, if I do say so myself. But you see, I have begun to fear that I have collected everything I can hope to collect. My plant collection now features every known species. I've started wondering if, in light of your travels, there isn't something you might be able to discover, something new for me. What do you think? Would you be willing to look for a new plant species for me? Perhaps something exotic, that would turn a few heads.
You helped us, I'll try to help you. I knew you'd be willing to help me out, Link. I'm truly sorry to trouble you, but please try to bring me something rare, something no one will have seen before. And your dowsing ability can be calibrated to locate the plant this person seeks. And I believe if we accept that, we'd overwrite the other one. I'm gonna just say no, because as Fee describes, if you ever want to swap to it, for example, if we come back here, Fee will actually offer to do so again. So if you're struggling, for example, now I can swap to them. I'm just gonna switch to this one because we're going to be getting this side quest done sooner, despite us interacting with it later and starting it later, just due to the location you're required to go to. Because at this point, you're given quite a lot of free reign. Up to this point, it's been very, I'm trying to think of the word. Linear, I should say, I suppose, is the right word. With how the game structure has laid out, due to it kind of just leads you from point A to point B, and there's very little differentiating, I think that's how you say that, that you can do in terms of how you progress the game story-wise. But now you actually can, as from here, you are able to go to, it seems, any location. As I said, Elden region, there's something to do there, and there's something to do in both the other Faron and Lanayru regions, meaning you essentially have free reign as to where you want to go next. So you do want to keep that in mind. So this means now you get to fully choose. And there are reasons to be doing essentially whichever ones you want, but I always start with the Faron region just because it's the first one, and because it's one that's tied to a side quest. Generally, if you're playing on the HD version, I know for a fact there is no reason for you to not like pick whichever one you want, but I think in the original there was actually some weird bug. I'm gonna talk to this guy first.
Oh, hey Link, always in a hurry somewhere, aren't you? Hey, you have a classmate named Stritch, right? So he discovered some kind of insect paradise inside that big thunderhead. That guy really loves bugs, doesn't he? What do he intends to do with the insect paradise?
Okay, hearing some stuff about Stretch. Don't really think we're gonna worry about that right now. Again, I kind of just want to get going, if I'm being honest with you. I want to see what's going on with these dragons, because, you know, Dragon Tales is a decent show. It's a stupid joke, I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, the only dragon we really know of is the one in the Faron region, the water dragon, since she was specifically tied to us finding out about some of the earlier things, including helping us get to the first sanctuary for the first sacred flame, if you recall. So I feel like we'll go pay her a visit first. I said play a visit. I've been doing reading the next script for the next main video, and it's holy crap, it's so long, and so I'm stuttering a lot. I apologize. Report, Master. An unusual phenomenon is taking place in Faron Woods, making it impossible to descend directly into them at the moment. Okay, so it seems as though something's going on. As returning here, we can't go to almost any of the locations we earlier could. A little disconcerting, but we can hope it's something minor. Okay, back here. I decided to go to the front, because it's been a while since we landed here at the front anyway. Whoa.
Link, bad news! That beast looks like it's about to break free again! Gotta get into position. Hang tight!
Yeah, so... Remember how people complained about...
Whoa! Feels like that seal's going to give way any second. But no need to panic. You know what that Gruesinator can do, am I right? As long as I'm in the controls of this bombshell beauty, I don't even know the meaning of the word defeat. Flinging bombs at that monster's face, defending the land, it's my purpose. Link is why I'm here. Anyway, Link, I got work to do. Try to get in the way of my shots, okay?
Yeah, so... we just came back to the Faron region, and keep in mind, we were here not all that long ago, and because, you know, we had to hear from Zelda or whatever when we heard that we had to go look for the Triforce, and we had to fight the imprisoned then. Coming back, probably realistically, if you're playing this in one session, not even 30 minutes later, maybe 30 minutes at most, we are required to rematch the imprisoned again. I am not kidding. This is not a joke. He didn't come out and try to, like, debate us. No, you actually have to fight the imprisoned again. Already. For the third time. I kind of mentioned it, I think on the second run-in with this guy, that he's one of the biggest complaints of the game, and my goodness, by the third encounter, I 100% agree. It is just so weird.
Well, look who's finally back. Good thing, too. I was getting tired of waiting to put a hurting on this ugly mug. Link, let's do this. Gameplay is the same as last time, you know what to do.
So... maybe if you weren't fully convinced as to, oh, maybe people were complaining about something that really realistically didn't need to be complained about, because keep in mind I mentioned it earlier, but you may not have gathered why until now. This is why, because this is really bad in terms of it's not fun and a few other reasons. No, not you. I was trying to actually use Groose, but I don't remember which one he is. I think he's up. Which one's Groose? X. I for some reason thought it was still down the directional pad. I'm just gonna shoot him because it slows him down. And it gives us a moment to hopefully take out his toes, because it's not the exact same fight, I'll be honest. As you can see, he's a lot faster. He has a tail now, which is the big main difference physically with him. And he has some new moves I believe he can do. Oh, come on. But just in general, he's a lot more threatening in terms of his mechanics. But as I was trying to say, in terms of actually fighting him, he is just not fun to fight this many times. The first time it was an interesting fight, second time it was okay, but the fact that we're having to fight him 3 different times, there's not too much changing up to this point, and let's be honest here, nothing about this fight, is really that fun. I mean, it's fun the first time, but again, by the third time, you just kind of want to be done with it. And the fact that this will happen within, like, as I said, 45 minutes, if that, within each other, like back to back, that's insane to me. I don't know. It's goofy. It's not good. And I feel like even if they paced it better, like by making you fight imprisoned once, like earlier on, it still wouldn't have helped. Either way, we have some new stuff outside of him just having a tail, as you can see. He's now ascending.
Whoa! Since when did it learn how to fly? It's heading straight for the temple. There was no way I'm letting it get there. Big Ugly's going down, burn it.
So yep, now he will actually begin to float after I believe you do enough damage to him. In which case you'll have to switch to Gruz in order to shoot him down, as otherwise he will, in fact, reach the top way, way faster. But there is a positive, which is, as you can see, after being shot down, he'll launch down to the very bottom of the pit.
Is that it, man? I thought it was going to help more of a fight. Somebody should really thank the genius who made this machine. Okay, Link, time for you to show Big Ugly who's boss.
Yeah, so as you can see, it is a more unique fight. And I think out of all of them, I have the most fun with this third iteration. I think the worst is probably the second, because it's just a not... Come on. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Okay, I was concerned he'd get up in time before my stamina replenished. It's definitely a more unique fight. And I like it the most. Again, I think the one I least here, it's the second, just because it's the one that stands out the least. But still, it's like, why did we have to fight this guy 3 times? I don't get it.
Oh no, not good. The road rolled in. I can't get the rest of my bomb stash. What do I do? Oh, Link, come up to the temple and make your way over here. Hustle up.
Okay, yep, so we actually have a problem. Come to find out that the Grusinator's supply of bomb flowers, which are for some reason comically large, has been completely, well, halted because some rocks crumbled in the way. From here, we have to get back up as quick as possible, so you want to manage your stamina. This is where it could be nice to have a stamina potion if you don't have it already. And as you can see there from the left, you can see that the Imprisoned gets close to the temple very quick when he's floating, so you'll want to be cautious and be on the move here. Okay, I'm here.
Nice, you're locked and loaded. We'll aim it. Wait. We'll aim it to send you straight for the spike on its head.
So yep, here on this final moment, since he has no more ammo, our only option is to launch Link right at him. Land on his head, and from there we can take him out. Easily the most, well, I guess just the coolest fight in terms of the version of Imprisoned. It has the coolest ending, the most intense fight. It's the most difficult, yada yada. AKA, this is the best version of it, but still, having this be 3 times having to fight it, I've kind of voiced all the complaints people have with it, I think. But yeah, not an amazing thing that we have to fight him 3 times, but at least it made for a cool fight this time as we had that cool finishing piece. Also, where the frick did Link go? Did I miss something? Now, Link. Strike the sealing spike with the Skyward Strike and restore the seal quickly. Okay, so maybe Link like jumped off and I wasn't looking. Hopefully now, with our true Master Sword in hand, the seal will last much longer. And as you can see, it's a much more complicated pattern. Has 3 triangles, which is a bit of foreshadowing, just to let you know.
I gotta say, Link, I thought we were goners this time. So we're glad I was wrong about that. I'm gonna run ahead to the temple. You should get back there too.
Once again, it's thanks to Gruz that we even made it out of that thing alive. Just like last time, it would have been actually impossible this time. Before, I felt like maybe it was possible, but it would have been super difficult to do so without the Grusinator being there and Gruz helping us. But this time, we definitely wouldn't have been able to, due to the fact that we wouldn't have been able to count off his head there at the end. So, lucky us, huh? As I mentioned earlier, Gruz is probably one of, if not my favorite character from Skyward Sword. But I feel like Skyward Sword, one of its strongest aspects is its cast. It has a really neat set of characters. Comparison to some of the other Zelda games, anyway. So something interesting about the design for the imprisoned, since, you know, I feel like this might be one of the last times we'll be able to talk about it since we're here. You can see there's like spots you can use the hook shot on, and there's spots for bombs. It's really weird just how well equipped they try to make it, but during the fight, there's like no time to do that, and there's no reason for you to really use bombs to my knowledge. Like, the health is nice, but it's so much harder to get to. Also, my dog's being loud, so I apologize if that appears on the mic. The beast has been sealed into its prison for a third time. Link, Gross, you have both done well, but I fear we can't dwell on your success. That strength of the seal seems to wane with each escape. We're almost out of time. Link, are you close to discovering the Triforce? Actually, I see. You must seek out the 3 dragons and complete the Son of the Hero to find the Triforce. It is right. Your search led you here. The Faron woods are close by. Unfortunately, there has been an unusual turn of events in the woods. I'm unsure of what happened, but a short while ago I noticed the path of the woods was completely flooded. To protect the land here, I closed the gate leading to the woods and drove back the water with a simple seal. The seal will only hold as long as the gate remains closed, meaning you will not be able to open it without flooding these lands. Given the situation, I am at a loss as to how you can enter the woods.
Is that all? Consider the problem solved. See, that last part, the big ugly got me thinking about other ways to use the Grusinator. How about you just climb onto that bad boy and I'll give you a lift over to the woods, alright? I'll run ahead and get her prepped for you. Come see me when you're ready. Take a little flight.
Or to take a little flight, you know, it's whatever. Oh my, that boy's made himself very useful, but he does have a tendency to cause trouble for those he helps. Safe journey. I wish you a soft landing, Link. So, that would explain why all the statues seemingly were completely blocked off from us being able to land here the first time outside of these two. Thankfully, I guess her seal worked. But yeah, seems like the flood, or the woods were flooded somehow. Which, there was a lake there, but that's a lot of area to flood. And maybe it's like a pretty small flood. I have no idea, but I don't know.
Want to head to Faron Woods? Well, do you? No sweat, just hop into the Grusinator and I'll fling you over.
Okay.
Alright, hop in, I'll take care of the flinging. You just worry about the landing.
Well, we have a option of doing so.
With my machine, the woods are just a fling away.
Wow. We went flying way further that time than when he flung us the first time. Oh boy, hit first. Probably use the sailcloth, honestly, because water, you know, and how gravity affects it when you're falling from a great height. And we get a new reintroduction to the new Faron Woods. The music is kind of a altered version of the original Faron Woods theme. I think it's also a mix of the water theme from earlier when we were in the like Water Dragons location or whatever. So that's pretty interesting. And thankfully there's the lily pad that just happens to be here big enough for our friend. Oh, Q, you're that one from before. Come to think of it, I'd forgotten to ask your name. I see, Link, is it? Now there's an odd name, Q. What brings you to see me?
The woods.
Q, it's good to see you again. Yes, things look a bit different here, don't they? The water came gushing out of the base of the tree behind me and flooded the entire woods. I don't know what caused it, but I suppose it'll clear out the monster infestation. Q, so you won't hear me complaining.
I don't remember what voice I gave him, so I just altered like 15 different, like, older people voices. So, yep, the entirety of the woods has been flooded. And it is a different version of the wood. So, for example, the piece of heart that was up there, if you didn't collect it, I don't believe it's just going to be there, so you can easily grab it now. And some things like that. And to hear that the area was flooded from inside the tree is interesting, because while there was water in here, it was, like, not much. You really would think it would have been the giant lake that somehow would have flooded everything. But no, apparently it's this tree, which... disconcerting, and it gives me some PTSD from the fact that I tried to I had to re-record that episode like 12 different times due to the audio settings being funky and whatnot. It's been a while. Oh, hello there. You weren't here last time. Oh, no. Oh, okay, I just got spat out. Okay, well, hopefully he had nothing interesting to say. Well, there's more of them, so maybe you'll have something similar to say, or again, hopefully neither of you have anything interesting. There aren't as many monsters in the woods anymore. And, okay, yeah, because they're all freaking dead. That'll do it to them. What about you? The woods are a lake now. I mean, they're probably... I mean, I guess when you think about it realistically, they're probably just super happy with this arrangement. They just have way more turf now. Hey, the current is pretty strong past here. If you're heading outside, you bury the exit above. Okay. Got a safeguard for, I guess, us? I feel like otherwise the jellyfish people would probably be fine. Again, I don't remember their names. I even showed it in the video, I think, where we first met them, but for some reason their name just does not stick with me. Surface of the lake area. Who dares to dip even a toe in my waters without my leave? Oh, I remember you. You're the young human who helped me recover from my injuries some time ago. Link, was it? Let's have a look at you. Yes, you seem a good deal stronger than the last time we met. And look at that sword. You're the real thing, boy. It's clearly the spirit of the hero of the goddess. Let me guess, you swam all the way here to try to get me to teach you the part of the song of the hero the goddess entrusted to me? That's all well and good, but I can't go around giving away something that precious to every hero who flounders into my waters. No, I think a final test is in order to ensure you are in fact the one meant to hear this melody of mine. This may be news to you, but some very irksome monsters have been overrunning my woods of late. Well, I decided that I'd had enough. The easiest way to deal with this awful things was to flood the whole woods. That's what happens. Almost every inch of the greenery in this area is submerged, so it's here in this flooded land that I will test you. If you're up to completing the task I ask of you, I see no reason why I shouldn't reward you with the melody you seek. As you just saw, I split the melody you seek among my many tad tones, and I've hidden them around the forest. If you haven't already guessed, Link, here's your task. Take this score and collect all of my little musical friends out there. You can use that score to figure out how many tad stones are in each group. Find them, collect them, and bring them back to me. If you can do that, well, then I'll just have to see you as someone worthy of learning the song of the hero. Okay, even though you fully admitted there's no way we aren't the real deal, why not just give us another trial? Because I guess we could use that. So yep, we now have yet one more trial from the water dragon goddess. Water dragon. We have one more task ahead of us that she has given. Is there a reason you're here? Because there's only one, but... no idea. But yeah, so there's that. And again, this is where some people have complaints about how this feels like padding, having to do these like trial things, but I don't know, I think they're at least unique gameplay enough wise for them to be, you know, less filler than some of the other stuff we've been through. Like, I'll admit the imprisoned fights feels kind of like filler. I feel like this, though, is at least a little more unique, gameplay wise, at least to me. So yeah, our main goal is to go around this entire underwater area. As you can see, there's going to be these guys who we can just thankfully avoid. And it's going to be to find these tad tone things, which if we look around, we'll eventually start finding them. Some underwater choo-choo jellies. Just trying to find at least a first few. Oh, hello there. You have something to say to me, don't you? Oh, I see a tad tone over there. Tad tones store an oxygen in their bodies, so when you catch one, it will restore some of your air. That's actually nice information. So yeah, there's a tad tone over there, and our goal, as she said, was to collect all of them, which will then in turn teach us the melody. So what you have to do is swim into them to collect them. I believe if you spin, it kind of like absorbs them towards you. Yeah, like that. So for example, I was nowhere actually close to that tad tone, but since I did the spin, it technically counted as like me collecting it. It kind of just came absorbed into like Link's body. So it's things like that you'll want to keep in mind as you I forgot you can crawl underwater. So stuff like that you'll want to keep in mind as you go. And then there's some tad tones like that that are singular that aren't part of a group. But otherwise, if you see those lines in between the notes, then that means that they're going to be part of a group. It means that they're going to be close by to each other. So you'll want to keep that in mind, because that should make it easier. Like, don't know why I had trouble emphasizing it there. Should make it easier overall for you to be able to track them down since they are part of a group. And you can see there's more purple ones over here. We try to cut them off. There's some that move, and there's some that don't really move, and they just kind of sit still for the most part. You'll just kind of want to scout around and see what you can find. Yeah, I can just... Oh, these ones are running away. There we go. But as you can see, it's very forgiving with the amount of speed that you need. Yeah, hit that rock. Sometimes you'll find those rocks there, and if you hit them, you can see they'll start producing oxygen bubbles. So if you're in a I was about to say a tadpole spot. that would have been a terrible joke. If you are in a bad spot, you can spin into those, remove them, and then have another spot to regain air. Overall, this is not challenging. I like Skyward Sword, and I'm someone who defends it a lot, but this is not challenging. The pretty bubbles are poisonous. Be careful. Breathe one, you'll choke. So we have purple bulbs that are poisonous. Don't go into them, you'll lose oxygen. But yeah, this is not a challenge. What it is I will admit a little tedious, if anything else. I feel like it's cool to have the area be flooded. It reminds me a lot of like Mario Sunshine in that aspect. That's more so just because an area that you've been to before previously is flooded, and I think that's kind of cool. But I don't know, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with it. Also, that was something important too. I probably shouldn't have let happen, but I guess it's worth... I actually forgot that happened, to be honest with you. So I was going way too slow there. So I'm back here. So yep, if you couldn't tell, if you go for a certain amount of time, I don't know the exact amount of time, I'd probably estimate like 5 or so seconds, without collecting a Tadstone that's part of a group, then it will completely reset you collecting them, and all of them will respawn, and you'll have to start again from scratch. And for like super long ones like this, like you see how long this thing is, in terms of how many we have to collect, that can be really annoying to have to reset, since you'll have to, of course, go to the other side or whatnot. But again, using the spin should make it pretty easy, and I can't think of too many times where they were like spread out super far to the point of it being annoying, but again, maybe it's just dependent on the player. But yeah, this is tedious, is what it is. And again, I think conceptually I like this more than like having to fight the Imprison like 12 times, because at least this has like some unique gameplay elements to it, right? And it's kind of cool. I feel like this is creative enough, but I will admit that this is where I can understand why some people would get a little annoyed at this point in the game. I want to keep an eye out for as many of these guys as we can. Okay, got those two there. I believe, yeah, you can see where you collected Tadtones like in groups, or just even the singular ones if you finished them off before, like in terms of you collected all the ones for that group. You can see them on the mini-map. And if you're following a guide, they'll probably just show you a map or whatever, then that can help. I'll probably show you a map once we've discovered them all, just in case you want to take a gander at it yourself. But it makes finding them a little easier. And once you get around half of the Tadstones, we are treated to these guys. And again, they get the threatening music, but you already know how these guys work. Hey, Link, some nasty fish seem to have swam their way into the flooded woods. I hate to bump into those things underwater. Watch your toes. And they'd be more intimidating if, again, they weren't pretty much just pushovers. And I think almost all of them are, like, higher up. So as long as you're still actually looking for the Tadstones, you're probably fine. Anyway, I would fast forward this, but again, this is, like, main progress stuff. And I kind of want to show the process of looking around for them, since that's kind of interesting, if nothing else. Give us that one. There we go. Keep it on the map, because generally the one tip you can use is you can look around, and if there's like a open space on the map where you didn't collect a Tadstones, chances are you should go back, because there's probably a spot around there you can get at least a Tadstone. Got a bubble up here. This guy's, I'm guessing, gonna give us a hint about how this wall that we broke earlier is now back, and you can, yeah, fling that guy into it. Not really a thing you need a hint for if you already broke it earlier like I did, because it's kind of suspicious that they would respawn that wall, but hey, it's whatever. Get another Tadstone there. We're missing a few large groups and a few singulars, so we're making good progress. As I said, I think it's around, I think it's half is when those will start appearing. So here we have yet another Tadstone. Oh, hello there. Yeah, the guy was after us, but oh, come here. Oh, a little too much of an arch. Just want to get rid of this guy. Again, a lot of them are higher up, so they're more so annoying when you're trying to recover some air if you want to get up to the surface, but not that big of a deal. Okay, so in case you're curious, you can maybe be able to tell there's a Tadstone here. But of course we have to figure out a way to flip it. We can't just use the, what's it called, the whip, because there's nothing, like to, well, I guess clean onto, but to grab, oh my god, I didn't see him, to grab onto there. So it's not really an option. Instead, we have to get up high ground and jump onto it. But first I was going to come down here and grab some of these Tadstones I saw. There's some singular ones here. I think this is a singular one. And again, they give you oxygen. Oh, I'm losing health. Oh, you frick. Uh-oh. Oh. This is bad, 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 this is bad. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Now's not the time. Okay, that was probably the closest we've come to dying at this point. That guy really did juke me pretty well, I'll give him that. I was not expecting that. And funny enough, what I was trying to describe before that happened was, oh, well, it's nice that you can just kind of spam the spin because there's so many options for error. And then I pull something like that. That's pretty par for the course for me, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna get these hearts over here just because now I'm not super well off on health, so yeah, that's fun. I'm not going to collect any more tad stones for a moment, as I'm going to try to get the one that I mentioned on the lily pad, and for your guys' sake, I'll cut ahead till when I do that. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, back up here, all we'll have to do is line ourselves up, and again, don't open your sailcloths, otherwise it won't work, of course, because you won't have enough speed and gravity to help you. But there we go, so now we just got to grab the tad stone.
Q, Link, can you hear me? I thought I'd done something good. Why don't you come and chat with me for a moment, Q?
And then once you're down to... Really? Okay, I'm killing you specifically for doing what you did to me. And then once you get down to, I believe, like 1/3 of them-ish, then the Kikwi Elder will ask that you come and speak to him, as he has a quote-unquote good idea. Did I mark something? I did. I did not mean to do that. I saw the beacon at the corner of my vision. Kind of want to deal with you because I don't want you to be a threat. But yeah, then he'll ask that we go see him because he has a quote-unquote good idea, which if he's not me, it probably may actually be a good idea. So we'll go hear him out if nothing else. I feel like it might be worth it. You don't have to if you don't want to, but again, I feel like there's no reason not to. Plus, there's this arena of tad stones up here I didn't notice before, so hey, it's nice. Also, that guy's coming after me, isn't he? What in the flip even just happened to me? I don't even know how I got hit.
Q, how nice to see you again. No. How goes the Tadtone gathering? I actually thought of something you might be interested to know. You see, it's like, how should I explain this, Q? There's a technique used when searching for the others. I might try to remember that. It's that thing you do, Q, and it'll be much easier time getting those Tad stones.
Signs indicate this is a reference to your dowsing ability. Is a valid suggestion, Master. I am familiar with the unique aura signatures of tad stones. I don't know why this wasn't something you immediately suggested, Fee, but okay. I'll calibrate your dowsing ability to locate tad stones. This capability should prove to be quite useful in your search. However, please note that you cannot use your dowsing ability while underwater. Yep, so we have to do this while we're on lily pads. Can I talk to you while I'm up here? Yeah.
Are you collecting tad stones?
One after the other? Yeah. So he's talking about that. So yep, now, once you get down to that, it'll let you use the, dowsing to locate the last few, which I will give credit where it's due. That was a very nice thing for them to consider, because you may think, oh, why is that a nice thing to consider? Well, keep in mind, once you start getting, like, to the, near the end, I suppose what I should say, of the collecting of the tad stones, it may become a little difficult to kind of note and remember where you've been and feel like you kind of checked every location. And so I feel like this is a nice way for them to help remove that kind of mentality, but also help just guide players and help it be a little less frustrating. Oh, they didn't. Say my oxygen was low. I'm gonna go actually fill that up first, and then we'll try getting this ring of tad stones. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. Okay. Nope. Please. Oh, okay. That was very close. I was being quiet because I was trying to concentrate. But, that choo-choo jelly guy actually almost made that not very good. Thankfully, we were able to succeed that in the end. Okay, so I'm guessing the remaining ones are going to be more on this side. Okay, I'm going to go up and get air. Frick off. There we go. Yep. As soon as we get even just a second of air, for some reason that fully replenishes our oxygen, which again doesn't realistically make sense, but I don't really care about realism. I care about it being decent to play. Another rain of tad stones here, and we only have a few more to go. That was one of the larger chunks, which is both good and bad. Again, we can use the dowsing ability. We're missing, I think, only 2 chunks of tad stones now. And so I think for convenience sake, we should have a lily pad somewhere up here, right? I'm gonna take care of you because I don't like you being here. Also, I guess I should mention this while I'm doing this. The water dragon mentioned that she's the reason the forest has been flooded. Like, she didn't like the fact that there were creatures like bokoblins wandering around, so she flooded the whole forest. And tried to eradicate all life that was on the surface. So that's lovely. Thank you. The fact that this is all her doing, I guess, shouldn't necessarily surprise me given how her attitude is, but I don't know. That's wonderful to think about. So let's see. We have a few down here. I checked for both while... Oh, there we go. While we were up there, since I didn't want to have to go back up just to look for the last one. And now we know where the last rune's at. Again, it's not, like, super terrible, but I can understand if people find this segment tedious or not super enjoyable. So here's the completed map. The only ones being missing are the ones that are around this tree here. So use, like, that as a marker as to where the last few are at. So here's the completed map. You can take a picture if you want, if you're following along. You can take a screenshot, whatever. That's where all of them are at. I'm going to now remove that, though, because that's going to bother my OCD. And get our last few Tetstones. What the flip, bro? Is that all of them? There we go.
Oh, Link, you've gathered all the Tadstones, haven't you? That's no small feat, or should I say, no small beat, Q. Anyway, return to the Water Dragon.
Thanks for the dad joke, Elder Kikwi. You're living up to your name every day, even more and more. Okay, so of course we can't get in via there. As you can see, the current's a little too strong. And while I did cut it out, you may have also noticed this when we were over here earlier. The way you can get back up here, if you don't want to have to go through the entire, like, underway down there, I don't know what you call it, but the lower passageway, I suppose, is if you go over to, I think it's around this lily pad location, you'll notice some P-hats that have appeared, only for the time being, which again, convenient, but they allow us to get up to the top of the tree without having to go through as many load zones and stuff, so it just makes it more convenient. And in turn, this also allows us to get to where the Water Dragon's at just a little bit quicker, instead of having to go through all that, which I'll take any time save I can get.
Ah, you've brought back all my colorful little Tadstones. You are indeed worthy of being called a hero. This much is clear. I'm good for my word, so I'll teach you my part of the song you seek.
You learned part of the Son of the Hero.
Originally, I'd planned to keep these woods underwater so that those awful monsters could never harm or return. But your task is far from over, and you're not exactly at home in the water, so I suppose I'll return the woods to their natural state. All this excitement has been rather draining. I believe I'll retire to my hall. You'd best be on your way as well.
Man, life resettled here really quickly. You feel like it would have taken a little bit longer for everyone to get reasituated for what we just went through, but okay, I guess not.
Yes, as I suspected, the water level in Faron Woods has dropped. The forest has returned to its former, less aquatic state. Master, the melody you just acquired is one part of the Song of the Hero. I recommend you seek out the other two dragons in their respective areas to learn their other two parts of the song.
Thank you, Faye, once again. So now if we go over here, we can see we got a piece, the Water Dragon song. Part of the song that will lead you to the final trial learned from the Water Dragon. And that'll eventually, you know, meld like a puzzle piece. With that, we made our way back down to the Faron region. We imprisoned the imprisoned. Get it? It's funny. Imprisoned the imprisoned once more, hopefully for the final time. And took upon the Water Dragon's trial, in turn learning the first part of the song and deflooding Faron Woods. Next time, we're going to be, well, maybe solving a side quest or two. And then we'll be setting out for our next trial. I hope to see you all there.